Hello, YouTube, and thank you for joining us again for session 2 of One Night in Mansfield. Pull up my map of Mansfield. Yay. Yeah, that does a thing. We are joining with our players about 2 weeks later because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy storyteller like that, and we're just going to do it like that. Tonight we have with us our three of our players. Unfortunately, Remy and Michael will not Michael, Clayton will not be joining us as Clayton is having an out of town. Clayton and Remy are having separate out of town trips for various different reasons. Tonight, though, we have Mira playing as Sophia Ivanov, Devil Fox 13 playing Rowan Wren, and DM Potato playing as Francis Volo. So we're just going to go Rowan, Sophia and Francis, just give us what your character's been doing the past couple weeks, what you feel like they've been doing, and if they have any goals for tonight. Starting with Rowan.
Well, Lauren's not really been up to much. She's mostly been minding her store, occasionally talking to probably Francis, and occasionally sending, talking with Clayton. Found out about Clayton going off, wished him luck, and not really doing anything, though she has been doing a lot more into her research and has been researching a particular person that she may or may not have seen with another particular person.
Very veiled allusions, though, to the end of last game. Go ahead, Sophia. How has your past 2 weeks been?
Sophia's last 2 weeks, she's been checking on things at home a little bit, and looking forward and trying to go home, working on her collection, and trying to smooth up to the same particular person.
Wow.
And finally, Francis Volo, what do we have in store for you?
Francis has been working on his art stuff as he is wont to do, um, and he's starting to think, maybe I should like ask somebody how to make people notice the art because the hey, want to see this is cool stuff in my van technique isn't working.
I can't imagine why.
He can't either.
So we're
I
actually.
mean, it's an unmarked van, so
It has cool art on the side.
It used to be an ice cream van, and he painted over all the ice cream stuff. That's not creepy.
So who wants to go first? If not, I will start taking names.
why has Francis not been arrested yet? Have you had the cops called on you at all?
I don't probably.
Yeah, the time of day, we're going to say tonight's game is going to start around 6 p.m. So,
Cool.
so who wants to start? I have a D3.
Oh no. Not it. Not it.
Not it.
I'm sorry, but actually, Rowan, you are it.
Do it.
Yay!
Yes!
So, Rowan, your
Both of
research,
you.
how have you been going about that?
Google.
Okay, so Google just brings up basic sorts of information. You notice and just to clarify, you are researching the NPC known as Sven Vogel,
Yes.
which, for those who watch the video, not just listen, I have a picture of him.
Here's a
Thank you,
picture.
thank you, Saint Row. So, and he's actually, yeah, Mira. When you get the chance, I will send you the link to show you who your character has been schmoozing up to, and I hope I
Okay.
did him justice.
Probably not. I mean, he is a bit more extreme on the attractive.
Yeah, but there are limitations to what I can actually do in Saints Row the Third.
Exactly.
You can make Shrek though.
I know, right? And the Hulk. Anyway,
Yeah, Shrek Hulk.
so you have been doing research into Sven Vogel. You see that he is from Munich, Germany. He went to the Bauhaus School of Photography because the Bauhaus has schools for everything. And he moved over to the US to continue his careers, jumping around high profile places, New York, Chicago, LA. Did a quick stint in San Francisco even, before deciding to come over to see what Mid Ohio had to offer.
Not much.
I'm also checking his age and all those things. Private life. Seeing what I can get on that.
His age shows that he was born in 1986. And otherwise, private life, he has had a few lovers, but no one that he bedded down with on even a first wife, second wife sort of thing. He's been mostly keeping out of that.
How long is each girlfriend lasting? Like, is
There's
it
no
like a
names, Nate. There's no names.
all right? But how long was he like dating them? Was it like 2 months here, 2 months there? One was like a year.
It's been short flings.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how short. I'm trying to back up my girl here. See how fast he's probably gonna end up dropping her.
Uh, yeah, but there's never been any real statement on opinions or, the how bad the breakup was. That's all kept off the internet. It does look like it is the longest is maybe 6 months, but a lot of it also seems to correspond with when he moves about.
Hmm.
Sometimes they were high profile names, sometimes they were literally nobodies, and still are.
Interesting.
Like, if you try and do a Google search on some of them, you might get, you know, this one was a actress, and then others you'll get maybe a Facebook page, and it's not even the same picture. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty varied.
I'm gonna start researching a bit of his art to sort of get a better feel for it.
His primary art is in, well, actually, give me a, is research a skill in this one?
Yes.
Give me intelligence research.
Two of my highest things.
Roll them. Difficulty 6.
Give me a second. Things aren't working.
That's fine. And after that one, I will want a perception insight.
Ah, there it is. Just wasn't popping up. You said difficulty 6? Jared?
Yes, I was nodding my head to you.
Okay. I couldn't see you.
3 successes. What are your specialties?
Specialties?
Do you have a specialty with intelligence or research?
I should.
I was having them being put down in notes, so if you don't have them down there, I don't know.
Let me see here. My specialty research is rare book collections. My specialty intelligence is discerning.
Okay, in this case, neither really apply in this situation. So you find out that his primary art is in fact photography, though he has been known to do some painting here and there. He's done some sculpting. He doesn't really do a lot of the performance arts, and his primary medium with photography is film. But a lot of the art, the photography photos you see look like there have been stuff that, while plausible on film, the techniques hadn't been started using until digital manipulation started becoming a real thing, and he's claiming to do them on film.
Interesting.
Also, he keeps a public Facebook and Instagram page.
Stalking.
Okay, so one thing you will notice, and I'll give you this on your discerning, he has less than half the hashtags that Sophia Ivanov regularly uses.
I make note of this.
But all the and on specifically on the Instagram, all his work, all the shots, they're not things that you saw in his professional gallery. Man, they're good shots. They're really good shots. But are they something that you feel like would put in a gallery? Even the one at the Mansfield Art Gallery? Probably not. And there, of course, he does show that the medium is in fact digital.
Mm. By the way, go ahead and follow Sophia on Sophia or Sophia.
Sophia, what's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, I'm gonna be following her on Instagram.
Oh no.
Yep. You are now being followed.
What's her handle? I want to know this.
This ought to be good.
And while you think that up, Rowan, how did you find her Instagram?
Simply looked up her art style. Figured it'd be there.
So you just Googled Sophia Ivanov.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Do you got anything, Mira?
Give me one.
If you don't, I have something right off the top of my head.
Do it.
Oh dear.
Cream soda painter girl.
I love it.
Beautiful.
It's so dumb.
It's so good.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
I'd
Okay.
follow that.
And that happened because I have a cream soda on my desk right in front of me.
Damn it, I want a cream soda.
Probably how it was made the first time.
So, yeah, so you find cream soda painter girl and you follow her. You notice the list of hashtags is bigger than the picture she posted.
Twitch.
What was the
Kids
most?
these days.
She's the same age as you.
Yeah, kids these
Kids
days.
these days.
What
Yeah.
was your last post there, Sophia?
A moody picture of the sunset from my friend's back window.
And the list of hashtags?
Hashtag vacation, hashtag night, hashtag small town, hashtag loving life, hashtag my best life, hashtag art, hashtag love you all.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh
What
yeah.
about what about hashtag best friend, hashtag besties, hashtag sunset?
Yeah, yeah.
As said, more hashtags than there is a photo.
Rowan internally cringes and then goes back to researching the other guy. It's just sort of a, Oh hey, I'm on Instagram. I should probably follow her. It's the same way my brain works. Of I'm doing something and then I happen to be on the same social media. I'm like, hey, I forgot to do that thing.
Sophia, do you have notifications turned on for your Instagram?
God, no. It's a lot of people.
Okay, so you don't
I
get
have a
notified
feeling
of
he was a.
a new follower.
Do you need to know my Instagram handle now? Cause
Only if she had the notifications turned on.
Oh, I still want to know.
Go ahead.
it's so stupid.
You made this bed, now lie in it.
Wahaha.
Okay, you're probably gonna hear him in the background. But the ridiculous Instagram name I came up with is actually going to show a bit more about Rowan than you. Blue Box Cat.
Neat.
Her Instagram handle is Blue Box Cat. And for those of you who get the reference of Blue Box, props to you.
Okay, so with those three successes, that's what you find out about him.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing?
Mm, how busy is my shop currently?
Given that it's getting on about 6, it's starting to wind down for the day.
All right. Have I made any really good sales?
Not, you've had a few good sales. It was a Friday, so the post-school crowd's kind of coming in and starting to take up your dining room area. A few kids decided that this was an appropriate place to play some sort of tabletop game with lots of shouting and dice.
Grimalkin has gone over and is laying in the middle of the map and is probably trying to play with the strange looking creature that is on the board.
Yeah, much to the chagrin of the people playing who are fruitlessly trying to get the cat off of the table.
Though Grimalkin, I'm going to say, did manage to turn a nat 1 into a nat 20.
Well, as you are kind of watching over, making sure those kids don't get too rowdy, the bell does ring again for your front door as Magnolia comes in.
Oh, goody.
Rowan,
Hey, Mags.
particularly busy here tonight?
Not really. Keeping an eye on those kids, though. They seem to be doing something interesting. I think I remember it from college.
Oh, is it one of those tabletop games?
I think so. Grimmy seems to be having a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, I suppose he has been. Anything interesting come up with you recently?
Yes, but I'd rather not talk about it here.
Do you need our help with this?
More of a point of curiosity, something I may have seen that I don't know if I was supposed to see.
What sort of privacy do you need for the to talk about this?
After my shop closes and I go upstairs.
All right, I'll hang around until then. Do you want Willow in this conversation or just between you and me?
I don't mind her coming over or not.
All right. Well, before that happens, she produces a small book for you. Figured this would be up your alley for research.
She takes it.
It is a small leather-bound book. It there's no flourishes on the cover at all.
I open it.
What languages do you know?
Oh dear. I did take linguistics.
So what languages do you have?
See here, I have it's either a 2 or a 3 in linguistics. Actually, that's a 3 in linguistics. Oh dear.
Someone just buzzed. No one claiming that buzz?
What?
Okay, maybe I just heard it. Anyway, you have
Okay, I
English.
don't have anything. I don't have anything written down.
You already know English. You said you took 3 dots in linguistics?
Yeah.
So that means you have 3 other languages.
Well, I'll go ahead and write them down.
And what are they?
One is definitely French. And I'm also going to say Spanish and Italian. Actually, scrap the Spanish, Latin, and Italian.
Alright. Well, unfortunately, you do not recognize a letter of it.
What language is this?
Old Germanic languages. No, actually, Old Breton languages. So
Hmm.
we got Gaelic in the newer portions of the book, but I think that's Old Norse in the so we got Saxon as well. Old Elder Norse in the earlier parts of the book.
Hmm. I'll need some books, some of my other books in order to translate this.
Well, I wanted you to let her know when you have it translated and figured it out.
Sure.
We are going to with that, Magnolia is going to start cruising through the books, and we are going to shift screens over to Sophia.
One quick thing, I do give Magnolia her usual treat and tea.
Sophia, what are you doing this evening? We're going to say that you just came back from a trip from Cleveland.
Sophia is going to settle down for a night and actually paint.
Gasp. Shock.
All right, go ahead and give me a intelligence craft roll. Well, actually, before you do that, what are you trying to paint? And how are you going about starting your process to paint?
Okay, my picture is of an oil barge and an elephant drowning in water.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception insight on that one. And then your intelligence craft.
Perception what?
Insight or is that expression? Hang on, let me fuddle with things. Intuition, I think is the better one. Yeah, so
What
perception
difficulty?
difficulty is going to be 6. All right. So you feel like you have a really good idea going. Now, intelligence craft for actually executing. This is going great. You can explode that 10, but you really don't need to. That's 5 successes. This is an overwhelming success. So as you start painting, where's your mindset? Describe your mindset as you go about your painting.
My mindset is on the factories and the turmoil in the world, especially up in Cleveland. The thing.
And what sort of stimuli do you give yourself while you are working on it? I'm talking movies, something to drink that you make sure you keep well away from your brush cup, that sort of thing.
The amount of times I've actually done that to myself.
I have a glass of red wine and some very light classical music in the back.
Aww. Okay,
So
so when did you start
passionate.
on this?
I started it right when I got here, but I put it away for a little bit. I was feeling other things for a little while. I just picked it up again about last week.
Well, it is definitely coming towards completion now. And everything you had hoped that this painting would be is coming together and just bringing so much more to the field on it. You dare say this is one of your finer pieces. The sea that the elephant is drowning in is not quite an oil black, but it definitely looks like you managed to get a metallic black paint in there to swirl in with the blue eddies of it to definitely have it leak out of the oil tanker. The imagery of human drowning the animal kingdom through its greed and desire to rebuild and destroy and rebuild in his own image, and how it's been an uphill battle and that if we don't do something soon, we're going to hit a point and won't be able to turn back. Well, there is what there is. Is Sophia a liberal?
Yeah.
I kind of want her to be watching Dumbo in the background.
So how long today have you been working on this?
I started about, say, an hour after I got.
So you just set right into it. Okay. Then in that case, we're actually going to have to shift cameras off you. I know you love being in the spotlight, but we're going to move up to Francis. Hi, Francis.
Hello, I'm here.
So, you've been doing a few other small-time runs for people, but nothing quite to the scale of what you did 2 weeks ago. And money is starting to get a little tight because, just happens that way.
Okay.
Do you do anything to reach out to potential clients?
I mostly just trust a word of mouth because I don't know when I'm gonna find somebody. I don't know what if I'm gonna talk to somebody, they'd be like, "That doesn't sound like legal things that you're doing."
Okay. Well, how does someone contact you with a job?
Uh, I have a I have a work phone and a personal phone, and if people need to give me information about a drop, they have they have uh they have the number for the work phone.
All right, well, you get a ping on your work phone,
Hmm. Okay.
and just says, I have another job for you.
All right. I, I asked for asking for information on the details.
Please meet me at the. Please meet me over at the. It's a restaurant called the Skyway East. And it says, meet me
Okay.
there at 9:30.
All right. Nice. I sent him back a little like yeah, I'll be there.
And
Like
I
a
I won't mind going a bit forward on this one,
okay.
so that way we can do this.
Okay. I'll head over there
So
and when the time comes.
at around 9:30 you drive up to the north side of town because it is just north on 30. Well, not on 30, north on 30. It's northeast on 30.
Okay.
And there is you see one of the goons you saw the other night,
Oh, good.
but he's just kind of standing inside saying, almost as if he's keeping an eye out for you.
Okay. I'm park my van. Gonna head over that direction.
Okay, let him because this can't be too easy for.
I think you're cutting out or my headset's
I
going
was
weird.
cutting out, sorry.
Okay.
I'm pulling something up. Hang on. What is your willpower?
My willpower.
Yes, your permanent willpower. 4?
Uh, yeah, it's at 4.
Cool. So you are brought in to where you go in and you see another one of the goons kind of stand. He's not standing there this time, but he does gesture that he's like, Mr. Volo?
That's me.
Yes, this way. And he leads you over to where the gentleman in the suit is sitting, waiting for you. He is drinking a dark red wine.
All right. I I go over to stand near the table, wait to be just kind of nod at him.
He
Did you say
gestures
a
for,
thing?
yeah, sorry. He gestures for you to sit down in front of him,
Okay.
across from him.
I
I
take a
forgot
seat.
to turn on some music. Hang on.
Oh boy, oh
Do
boy.
you look him in the eyes as he gestures to you?
Sure.
Well, As it turns out, you can't believe you didn't recognize your. For a moment, you just didn't recognize your second cousin.
Just for a moment.
No, it's one of those, like, you look at him, and then something clicks back in your memory that this guy, he's your second cousin.
Huh. Well, I'm not gonna. When I notice that I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna be like, "That's weird."
Why wouldn't you say anything? Well, are you just kind of going, how do you mean that's weird? Like, what is your reaction to suddenly realizing this guy's your second cousin?
Well, I feel like uh for fear just be have a moment of I feel like I should have noticed that sooner, but you say, well, I guess that's how he heard it. That's how he heard about stuff I do.
It's just, Francis, it's good to see you again. I apologize for my rudeness the other night.
It's quite all right.
I just got back into Mansfield. It's been quite some time. Please, let's catch up. How have you been?
You know, just been working, trying to trying to make ends meet, trying to I've been trying to get to further my to get better known for my artwork, but I can't seem to like get my can't seem to get people to notice my good stuff, you know?
Uh, are you saying that you'd like a sponsor? Someone to finance you?
That would that would be great. You know anybody?
I know a few people. Of course, I have my own business, as I'm sure you're aware. We both have things to do. And
Of course.
nothing unusual there. I could definitely set up a few contacts and introduce you to a few people. I'm sure you've gotten to know a few of the artists around Mansfield as well you could talk to about getting your name out there. Because just having a sponsor is one thing, but you gotta move on past that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That would be great.
And it is the Perler Beach, right?
Yeah, the beads. I've thought about breaking out into like what's the term for like the ones with like the rocks. Mosaics.
Mosaics?
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Been thinking about trying that out because apparently people really like that in big fancy buildings.
Yes, there are definitely places that could use a mosaic. I don't have the eye for it myself, but I know some people that do. Oh, by the way, whatever you want, it's on me tonight.
Oh, well,
This
thank you very
is
much. Very generous.
the Skyway East is a three-star Michelin restaurant, and even though it's only 3 stars, this is about as classy as it gets in Mansfield.
Hooray! I'm gonna order something that's like not horribly expensive. Is like even though he said like, hey, order what you want. It's gonna he just feel bad ordering something expensive.
He himself actually ends up getting the surf and turf, so
Hooray!
if you felt bad, that is your invitation to not feel bad anymore.
Okay.
Uh, so, I'm trying to expand my business assets here into Mansfield, and
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for other partners in the local area. I tried talking to someone on the north side of town near the reformatory and didn't get the response I had hoped for, unfortunately. However, there are some others that might give me a more fruitful response. Would you mind helping chauffeur around a messenger for me? Someone to speak to these people on my behalf.
Hmm. I suppose I could. Who would it be?
Just as acquaintance of just one of my secretaries. He's no one to be distrustful, and you will be compensated for this, of course. This is not including me putting in a word for you with someone that might sponsor you.
Well, you know how I am about my van. I don't really like having people who I don't really know in there,
Would you
unless
rather a
they're
different
buying.
vehicle to drive for this?
Oh, that's an option. Oh, well, that'd be. I guess that'd be fine.
I can just put you on the company payroll for these jobs, and that way, whenever you do want such a job for me, it can be in one of the company cars. You are insured, of course, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'd be fine.
And it is my understanding that sometimes your deliveries aren't always considered something you want to keep on the radar. You want to stay under the radar with these drives.
If possible. I prefer it that way.
Have you made any friends with someone in the local police department?
I've been thinking about that. I just don't know how I'd go about it.
Greasing some palms always helps.
What, like bribery?
Yes.
Huh.
Our
I'm surprised
family,
I didn't think of that myself.
our family is not a family that has always been kept on the straight and narrow. Your
Mm,
parents might have been some of the better people of our family, but you know, your great uncle, he had some pretty interesting dealings back in the day. He worked with some of the prohibition runners.
mm. I wasn't aware of that little bit of history.
It's always important to know what your family is known for.
Indeed.
When do you think this next person that I need to be- have spoken to lives out near Perry, near the Mohican State Forest? Are you familiar with the area?
I suppose I would be, right?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah,
you can
yeah.
be.
I kind of nods. Like, yeah, I know it.
Very good. I do not be deceived by the people you might see out there. They are still very valuable to all business dealings. But I've heard there is also a new player in town, as it were. Someone that might cause some difficulties with my business.
Who's that?
Do you know anything about this Remy LeBeau?
Oh, that asshole. Yeah, I've met a few times.
I appreciate your candidness on this. What can you tell me about him?
He talks a lot. Yeah, he's. I know He's running a casino. Uh, Honestly, that's about it. He mentioned he might be interested in some of my art and some of my other stuff at some point. But yeah, don't think he hasn't gotten back to me on that one yet.
Well, I would appreciate any information. If he starts acting strangely, like, he might be
Oh,
eccentric.
uh,
Your screen got very dark there. There we go.
my monitor went to sleep.
Ah,
But okay. Right, so well, that guy is just 8 levels of strange already. Like he talks like he's straight out of like a cartoon. Like he's a cartoon rich man. It's weird.
well, let me know, like, it might sound odd, but I took a course in psychology, so if he ever drops that accent, contact me as soon as possible. Means some,
Okay.
it means something you might be in danger. We are family, after all. I couldn't have you in danger, now could I?
No, well, I appreciate you looking out for me.
Of course. Well, I believe our meal should be coming up here in momentarily. And like that, some buses come up and you are served with whatever you got, and he has a surf and turf in front of him.
Oh, nice.
And he continues keeping up with pleasant conversation. He fills you in on your second uncle and how his life has been. As for
Now,
how your side of the family is doing.
yeah, I'm like okay, out of character. Has this guy told me his name? Like, do I know his name?
Uh, you have the knowledge that his name would be, I'm trying to think, Stefan, but he goes by Steve.
Stefan. Okay.
Yeah, he goes by Steve.
Oh, okay. Okay. All
His
right.
family's eccentric.
Good old Steve. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was like I was thinking like I think I should know his name, but I don't remember if I was told it.
You would instinctively know it from your memory of him. You haven't had a lot of interactions with him that you can think of right off the top of your head, but he's there. He's kind of shows up at like a family reunion. Of course, looking younger. Still dressing very sharply though. He's dressed like he's made of money, and so do the other relatives. You know, his side of the family. It's just weird. You might find it a bit weird that you couldn't place it before, but he hasn't been a very prolific figure in your life anyway, so it's not that surprising.
Yeah. Just seeing him every once in a while. Family get-togethers. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe your cousin had a wedding and they were all there, that sort of thing.
All right. Good old cousin Steve.
So with this time, we're actually going to switch back over to Rowan. While you enjoy
Hi.
your big meals.
Yeah.
That group of nerds have finally cleared out the cafe area.
Freaking nerds.
Who even likes him?
I know,
All
playing their
right.
tabletop games with all their dice.
And their own little minis. I'm not jealous of the minis.
I have so many minis. I have too many minis.
I need more minis.
I need to get around to painting my minis.
So you and Magnolia are now sitting alone in the cafe. I know you said wait till you go upstairs, but you also know Willow's coming.
True. We're
But
just sipping tea.
but yeah, Willow hasn't quite made it yet.
Is it possible for Willow to be on time anywhere?
She was on time to the meeting last week.
That's a first.
Well, she is very busy. She has her children that she has to look after.
Yeah. I don't know how she does it. 4 kids and a divorce? Oof.
You know 3 of them are adopted, right?
I know. Still, we warned her about him. We told her it was a bad idea, but did she listen to us?
She has a way of going on her own limbs. All we can do is support her when she doesn't. But I think right now Magnolia checks her phone. Yes, she's on her way.
Good.
So what is troubling you?
Well, you know that famous painter that recently moved here? Sophia?
Yes, Sophia Ivanov. She has been to a few of our meetings. Doesn't really talk to us much.
Well, after the meeting, I went home and saw that she was talking to someone rather interesting.
How do you mean?
Name? What's the name? I forgot the name.
Sven.
She was talking to Sven.
Sven?
Well, yeah, the famous photographer.
You must forgive me. I'm not quite up with photography. Which
And
one?
some guy from Germany. who came here and takes, I must admit, rather beautiful pictures. I show her a couple of pictures that I found on Instagram that I actually rather liked.
Which are, the bottom of his barrel.
Pretty much. The scenery pictures, one actually has a cat in it.
Kitty.
So as she is looking through, Willow walks in. Sorry
Hello,
I'm late.
Willow.
She makes her way
It's
back to you.
alright. It's alright. I pass her a cup of tea.
Do you like that book I found for you?
It's gonna take a bit for me to translate. I'm not familiar with it.
Well, you do like a puzzle, don't you?
That's true, and I might be able to learn a new language.
A couple, I should hope.
Indeed.
But tell me, what is going on?
Well, after the meeting, our last meeting, I saw Sophia talking with a gentleman by the name of Sven.
She mouths the name Sven. The
The
photographer?
Germanic, yes, the Germanic photographer.
He's in Mansfield?
Yes.
For how long?
No idea, but I saw them talking last night right outside my window. The man looked straight at me,
He looks straight at you.
blazingly looked at me or towards where he must have assumed I was, because I must admit, I was eavesdropping. I didn't hear much.
What did you hear?
What did I hear? Because I can
Nothing.
recall.
They were
I can.
keeping a quiet conversation between themselves.
Well, I at least saw their facial expressions. What did they exactly tell?
It was a very intriguing conversation. It
I
seemed
didn't really.
if as I recall, and Mira, you feel free to correct me on this, you were very taken with the conversation and the direction it was going. There were points that you were kind of concerned, specifically talking about like Remy and with I think, but also talking about Francis. But then it took a very interesting turn, and you could say the conversation got to be much more enjoyable in a way when you got talking about your inner monsters.
Yeah, that's about right.
Go ahead.
I looked about. I didn't really overhear anything, but their faces. At first, Sophia seemed concerned about something, and then as it went on, I think the girls Twitter pated.
Oh,
Oh, definitely. The way her face practically started to get. His face was amusement, intrigue, and hers was, well, the Twitter pated face.
any idea what it could have meant?
No, but something in me finds it odd that they would be just whispering out in front of my shop.
Could be that that they had set that as a meeting place and not fully knowing it was in front of your shop. Sven doesn't like Sven's not from around here, is he? Willow looks at Magnolia, who just shakes her head.
I don't know, but something was definitely odd. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I think it, but something is odd.
Do you have any idea what you would want to do about it?
No, I think I'm just gonna wait it out for now and see if anything else happens.
Okay. If you get the chance, perhaps, if you could, I'm not saying it would be entirely possible, but if we could get to meet this Volgel. Sven Volo? Yes. If we got the chance to meet him, we would be happy for that.
I don't have his number. I mean, he's on Instagram and all that, but I don't know the man personally.
But I'm sure you have
I just knew the
Sophia's
face.
number or a way to contact her.
Yes.
Perhaps, you could set there could be a crosswise meeting here. Maybe it's a coincidental
Willow.
thing.
Willow. She doesn't know that I know.
You, you never know.
I.
If it comes up, or
If
if
it
you,
comes up, I will mention it. But other than that,
or if you happen to catch them in conversation again, we might be able to work with off of that.
possibly.
But this is all speculation. We have no idea what sort of intentions he has towards her, do we?
No, though, according to Wikipedia, his longest relationship has lasted 6 months.
Hardly surprising. I mean, from Germany. And he's like last I heard, he was over in Chicago.
Apparently, he's here in Mansfield now.
Hmm. Well, keep us appraised of the situation. Is there anything else we can help you with?
Could you help me find all my books on that Gaelic and Germanic language? I know I have a ton around here.
Okay, sure. We'll do what we can.
I'm probably going to need all of them in order to translate that, because heaven knows I'm not going to use the McGoogle translates.
Of course. It's out of my depth. I figured you'd be more interested in it than I would.
Oh, definitely. I'm very interested in it.
And do you have any of the books you're looking for in your private collection or in the store's collection?
I would pretty much have any book that I would need in my private collection.
All right. Go ahead and just give me 1d10.
Gotcha.
So, unfortunately, you actually don't have any books on translating Old Norse or Gaelic, since neither language were known for their written histories.
Well, I'm going to go to my computer and go to an amazing website where you can pretty much buy almost anything.
Well, I'll let you do that. We're going to go back over to Sophia, who should be
I'm gonna
finished.
go grab a drink, so I'll
Yep,
be right
that's
back.
fine. Sophia, you should be finishing up your painting at this point.
Yes, Sophia is getting a little tired. She's a little wine drunk. The classical music has long since stopped. But she's gonna persevere because it's almost done.
And we'll just go ahead and catch you right as it is finishing. Like, this is your current best piece. What do you do? Were you just painting in the living room? Were you in the sunroom? Where were you?
Oh, God, no, I locked myself away in my bedroom.
Okay, then what you first notice is that there's a knocking on your door.
It takes me a second. I'm a little out of it, but eventually I get up and get it. Yeah.
It's Rose. Honey, you've been in there for the past 5 hours straight. Have you had anything to eat?
When it strikes, you have to go with it. You know that.
I mean, sure, but you still need to take care of yourself.
I will. I will. Just look at it, though. Just tell me what you think. Just let me.
She steps into the room with you and looks it down and is actually quite taken with it. This is beautiful.
You think so? I'm glad you like it. Do you think it's gallery material?
One moment. Oh, definitely gallery material. It is some. Which gallery were you thinking putting it up at?
Thinking of taking it back with me when I go home.
I feel like this is a piece that needs to be looking out over the cityscape.
Maybe, maybe that would be. And then she just thinks for.
Or perhaps it should be posted with its back to the window in such a way that you can see onto Lake Erie when you look at it. And just sort of melts with the lake. The painting kind of blends in with the lake line.
You're absolutely right. I thank you.
I'm going to get us something to eat. Do you want anything in particular?
Um. Oh gosh. We should make pancakes.
All right, I'll get stuff together for that. Here's your cell phone, by the way. You left it downstairs.
Oh, right, right. And she checks her messages.
You don't immediately notice anything. There's a couple pips by your Instagram, but there's no, no like text message or Facebook messages out of the normal amount that you would expect.
She's just gonna clear away the Instagram for right now. Uh, and just kind of stand back and look at the painting for just a little bit longer.
Okay, just give me a small perception roll.
Perception what or nothing.
Just nothing, just perception.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 6. So you're looking at this painting, and something about the trunk snout, the elephant snout, just looks off. Like you thought this was perfect when you had finished, but when you got out of your painting headspace and you turn around, that trunk snout just looks off.
Ah. And she goes to take a closer look at it, try to figure out what she can do to fix it at this.
Well, you've noted a few things that could fix it, and you go to reach for your brush, and it's not there.
Damn it. Is it on the ground somewhere? Did she knock it over? Is it in her pocket? She does stupid things sometimes when she's tired and a little drunk.
Uh, Go ahead and look around. Where do you start looking?
She starts to look under where the painting is, see if she dropped it. Under the table where she kept it, things like.
What kind of wine were you drinking?
Oh no.
You're way ahead of me there, Melinda. You're way ahead.
Pinot Noir.
Okay, now it's painted noir.
No.
As you are looking around, you hear the small clink of wood against the crystal glass, and you look up, and sure enough, for some reason, your paintbrush is now in the wine. And while there wasn't a
Uh,
whole lot left, it's still in the wine.
Sacrilege.
uh, she just takes it out and she just goes to wash it off.
Okay. And then when you come back to the painting, well, actually, as you go to wash it off and you start running the water, you hear a clatter in the room behind you.
Run back.
The painting has been knocked over. It's not damaged, but knocked over.
She's not freaking out, not fully. She is like stressed and concerned, and she goes to lean it nicely back where it was and just make sure it's safe.
Okay. Now you look at the easel that you were painting off, and you notice that the back support leg, for some reason, it got turned loose. You're not sure how, you're not sure why. Maybe
She
that
just
easel is failing you.
she tightens it up and just tries to remind herself to go out and find a new one.
Alright. And then Rose from downstairs calls back up. The we're ready with the pancake batter.
She looks back at the painting, carefully walks out of the room, shuts the door, and then runs down the stairs. Her usual cheery.
You do not hear any disturbance in the force as you leave the room.
She is relieved, but she's wearing her usual face. Oh my god, Rose! Oh, do we have chocolate chips? That would be so much fun!
We have chocolate chips. I had to buy a new bag from your last time having pancakes.
Oh, come on, you know you love it!
She hands you the bag. And as you tear into it, she try not to use the whole bag this time. I would like a little more than some pancakes with my chocolate chips.
Oh, come on, live a little!
What do you then proceed to do?
Dump the whole thing in!
Hashtag diabetes.
She sighs. Of course you did. And do you make any of the pancakes yourself?
She keeps intending to and like acting like she's going to, but then she gets distracted and she gets talking and she gets taking pictures and it just kind of falls to Rose, unfortunately.
Rose just kind of pulls her sleeves back. I do actually, since I can't, got images up, I will try to describe it. Rose is an African American woman, and she's wearing a dark purple pullover. The sleeves actually come over her hands. Yes, Devil Fox, same shirt that you chose for your character, just very different color. She seems a little she understands that this was what was going to happen. Uh,
She's used to it at this point.
yeah, it's one of those resigned. I should have known this was going to happen. Can you at least get out the drinks for us?
Yeah. And Sophia goes to the fridge and she pulls out orange juice and she pulls out champagne.
Any grenadine with that?
Of course.
Alright, so yeah, you're just having a great night. You're at least you're wine buzzed at this point, aren't you?
Completely. I will not shut up.
Are you going to send any buzzed texts?
I do send one. Now I try to message Sven just about every night. Maybe it's repetitive information, maybe he's getting a bit annoyed. But this time I just send a hey, how you doing?
So You message him every night. He'll respond every 2 or 3 nights. And you're you messaged him 2 nights ago when you were in Cleveland. You didn't get a response. You messaged him last night. Didn't get a response. So you're kind of on the third day. Has he forgotten you? That's your hey, how's it going? And a few pancakes later, you get a message. Good evening.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh, hi there. How are you? How's your
It's just going well. Yeah, it's not a phone call. This is still text messages.
night? Mm-hmm.
It is going. It's going well. How are things with you?
Oh, I'm having a great night. We're making pancakes and we're having so much fun. And oh, you should see the latest painting I did. You should come over and see it sometime.
I'm free right now.
Yeah, come on over. And I look up at Rose and I go, oh, Rose, Sven's coming over. We gotta clean up.
She is half. She's just put another blob of pancake onto the griddle. Looks at you like, what?
Sven, I think I told you about him.
Volgad, go is coming over here
Yes, right now.
tonight.
Yes, now.
Does he want pancakes?
Let me ask. And I text him that.
He gives a non-committal sure, why not?
Oh, well, don't worry about cleaning up. He does.
Uh, So she continues making pancakes. You're sitting there with your orange champagne and grenadine mixture, which looks something like a fuzzy hot. Like, I don't think that's actually a drink, but it looks something like a fuzzy sunrise.
It's the best I could do given the circumstances. And it is breakfast, so orange juice is.
You know, they had uh they had tequila.
Oh, but I was having fun.
I get it. I'm just saying they had actual tequila for a sunrise. Anyway, it takes him about 15 minutes, but he makes his way over. He gets over to you. Did you ever give him where you were staying?
Did I don't remember, but I must have. I mean, how else would he have gotten over?
You don't know. Oh, yes, you did. He dropped you off one day. 2 weeks ago.
Of course.
Yes, I listened to the last show today, so I had this stuff. So yes, there's a knock on the door.
I rush to answer it. I answer before he's even done knocking.
So his hand is still up. Oh, there you are. Good evening.
Oh, hello. Come in.
Thank you. And he steps in. He has he has like not a grocery bag. He has a satchel with him today. Let me pull up a picture. And he politely waits on your lead here.
So what would you like to do first? Would you like pancakes? We have champagne, or would you like to see the painting? I really would like you to see.
Please, I am your guest. Leads the way.
And I basically pull him upstairs.
How forward of you. He comes along rather willingly. So do you give him any sort of preface before showing him the painting?
No, I want to get his full reaction.
So you just open the door for him. And
Yes,
the
I stand in the doorway and wait.
the painting is there. It is in good condition. Everything's fine. Just because you were having that anxiety attack. What he does is it's a growing reaction. He looks at it and nods and looks closer and slowly starts moving in towards the painting until he is standing right in front of it, no closer than you probably are to your monitor, and just trying to get every detail of it, silently looking and muttering to himself a little bit.
I am like not even breathing. My hands are up to my face. I'm just very quiet and still, despite all of how she usually is.
He continues to look at it. He's moved to another spot on the painting. He starts really looking at the trunk of the elephant. Like you can tell that's what he's looking at right now.
Oh no. I, my heart is like pounding as I remember it's a little messed up. And by a little, I mean pretty messed up.
You perceived it to be messed up. Wordlessly, he moves to the brow of the barge.
It's a slight relief. Um, he's looking away from my flaw, at least.
So are you just watching him look at this painting?
Yes, I am terrified. I am like absolutely like obsessed with what he thinks.
Well, he silently just studies this painting for 5 minutes straight. You almost feel like he is just holding his breath for this entire time. And your revelry here with him and watching him, almost feeling like you can't breathe, is suddenly broken by Rose saying that yelling up, "Hey, all the pancakes have been cooked!"
1 second, honey. We'll be right there.
Sven does not react. He's now looking at one of the buildings in the background.
I try to think of it. Did I look closely enough? Did I make sure it was absolutely perfect? And why did I invite him over before I made sure it was absolutely perfect?
How long do you let him just stare at this like this?
Um, I give him as much time until I absolutely can't take it. I'm scared to
How?
talk to him.
Give me a willpower roll. Difficulty. Since your anxiety is so high, the difficulty is 8.
How do I do such a thing?
4d10.
Right, sorry.
You can't explode that because you don't have a specialty. There's no willpower specialty. You are barely containing yourself from fidgeting. Every time he moves, you're like, oh god, what is he looking at now? Oh, he's looking at that. Why? And this goes on for another 10 minutes.
I don't want to interrupt him. I don't want him to think that I'm rude. I want him to take it in and really give me his real opinion on.
Well, at this point, Rose walks up and has a small tray, this time with your fuzzy sunrises, and she offers you a glass. She has one for Sven's. Where is he?
He's right there, looking at my painting.
She walks in and kind of taps him on the shoulder. He doesn't respond though. Doesn't even seem to notice she's there.
Rose,
Just so engrossed with that painting.
Rose, we'll be there in a moment, honey. I just want to know what he thinks, okay? And he's such a he's just looking for right now. He's such an expert, and he's gonna give me his opinion, and we'll be down in a moment. All right?
Honey, he's looking at how you painted one of the stars.
Every detail is important. I wish you understood.
Alright, Sven, well, I'll just leave this here. And she leaves the glass next to where you keep your paint palette and just kind of shrugs to herself. The pancakes are getting cold. You guys might want to come down sooner than later. You wanted all the chocolate chips in them.
Yes, we'll be down in just a moment, as soon as he's ready. All right?
Alright. She walks away. He still has not acknowledged you or her. The only thing that seems to matter to him right now is this painting.
I'm gonna take a step in the room
Okay?
and just kind of try to stand not right behind him. I don't want him to think that I'm looking over his shoulder, but like just next to him. Just try to look at what he's looking.
At this point, he's going down to individual brush strokes, just studying it as if he's trying to find a meaning in the brush stroke.
I'm going to look at it. Do I see any flaws?
You can make another intuition and perception check if you want. Or you can make a perception awareness check. But you gotta pick one.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Major
So,
oof.
which one was that?
Perception, intuition.
This thing is suddenly just terrible. Absolutely terrible. You gotta get him to stop looking at it now. You cannot bear to have him see this thing.
I just try to come up with a try to get his attention somehow. So, Rose really wants us to come downstairs for a little.
He absently nods, but still looking at this very intently.
Oh no. Come on. She says that the pancakes are ready, and she's very eager. I think she wants to meet.
Still, just not. He's not really. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You gotta get this painting away from him because he's not getting away from the painting.
She tries to go to move it just a little bit.
He follows the movement. When you say you're
Oh,
moving it a little bit, how are you moving it?
I'm just trying to pick it up.
Yeah, so as you start lifting it, he's following it with his head. You know how you've done that with a cat where you just had it follow the treat around?
I turn the actual painting side toward me.
That's when it just, whoa, oh, sorry about that. That is a magnificent painting.
Her whole mindset, all the doubt sits to the side. You think so?
Sehr good, sehr good. That is one of the most remarkable things I have ever seen. The strokes that you made, you could tell you're very passionate about how humanity is just tearing apart nature. The elephant drowning, the its trunk. Did you put extra time into that? Because that looks perfect, almost lifelike.
She is internally, like, screaming with happiness. She will deal with the fact that he thought a completely different thing about the trunk later on. Come on, let's go downstairs.
Do
And
you
she
want to
puts the
make
paper.
a manipulation performance check to see how well you're keeping this under wraps?
Yep.
you're keeping it under the surface. You definitely don't have your emotions on your sleeve right now.
It's what I do.
And so, yeah. Do you, how do you put away the painting?
I put it right back where it was, but I lightly touch his arm to kind of turn him away a little.
All right. I'm going to put on another song. Nope. Okay, we'll go with this one. As you lead him downstairs, as you start walking, tell me, like, so how did your muse lead you on this piece?
Oh, I've lived in Chicago my whole life, and it's an absolute tragedy what they're doing to our waterways. Uh, you see it just about every.
Yes, and Flint is no exception. I've heard about the tragedy that was the water system there. Luckily, we have such prolific figures like Elon Musk to donate to try help out the people there.
Yes, it has been in the news a lot lately, and perhaps that drove me a little bit. It's impossible to know truly where an idea comes from, but just what we do to our own water, the essence of our own life, is truly a shame.
And what do you feel was the expression of you in that one? Because I saw it so many places, but I want to hear your perspective of where you are in that painting.
Oh, just the drowning and tragedy. I think it's not as much an expression of me, but an expression of humanity in general.
Ah, I see. So this is not one that you let your monster out, as it were. This wasn't an expression of yourself, but an expression of your perspective of the world. World.
And perhaps I am, as well as everyone, drowning in my own filth, if you will.
So you see yourself as the elephant at the end of the day, drowning in the things that you have done, the things that are
Aren't we
connected.
all?
Well, sure. And how did you let yourself out in this fun? Like, we've gone over what you are in it. Now, how did you let yourself out?
I'm sorry?
How did you let that monster out? If you want to let it out in other people, like you had suggested, you've got to know how to let it out of yourself.
Hmm. Truly, if you lock yourself away and just let yourself acknowledge it for a little while, isn't that enough?
Sometimes. So you're saying that your monster is a solitary creature. It doesn't it doesn't use others to get what it needs.
It does what it needs when it needs.
Hmm. And I believe on the paint I had, well, in the room in general, I smelled wine. So you were drinking while you were painting it?
Oh, just a little bit.
And the with certain strokes, or the more broad strokes, when you were trying to fill in the background, they seem to follow a rhythm. Were you listening to something?
Oh, I had music on for a little while until it felt like I just needed silence.
The silence came through on such things as the trunk of the elephant, but also the different stars that you were putting in.
Yes, how did you know?
The stroke work, as said, when you were listening to music, there was a rhythm to it. It had a pattern that I couldn't tell you what song you were listening to, but it's definitely there. While the other ones, the strokes had their own patterns that was separate from the broader strokes of the building, the night, or the ocean itself.
Oh, you're so You're so perceptive.
At this point, this is where you walk back into the kitchen dining area. And it's like, yeah, perceptive enough to forget his drink by your paint palette.
Oh, I'll go get it.
All right, you go up and get it, leaving Rose and Sven together.
Is there anything wrong up there?
When you go up there, no.
All right, good. I get it and return as quickly as possible.
Rose and Sven seem to be talking very nicely between each other. Not hushed, they seem to be getting along well, though.
Oh. Here you are, and I put the drink in front of Sven. So what are your latest projects?
Oh, yes, I was just telling Rose about the fact that I've been working on. Well, you saw my multicolored photography pieces. I've been now trying to work on doing a that really shows the decay of what humanity has become over the years. When you look back in history, you see how it has stood up and fought against evils that it perceived in the world. Now those very same evils exist in the world, in the same place that it existed. I was looking for different insights on how that evil has begun expressing itself, while in such a way that I might translate into a photo.
Oh, truly, and oh, I can't wait to see it.
It takes quite a bit of planning for one of my shoots. I will definitely let you know when it happens.
Oh, please, please do.
Give me a perception alertness. Okay. So, you do notice that things weren't exactly as they had been left. It looks like a few things got kind of pushed around, but not like a horrible mess.
What do you mean a few things?
Uh, there are chairs out of place from, sorry, not chairs, but bar stools out of place from away from the island.
Interesting. But I ignore it.
Yep. But now then, and he takes a bite of the pancakes. Where do you plan to go from here? And he's addressing you full on.
Me, I want to get a little bit more done before I go back home. I think being out here is really good for my work.
It shows in it. But I mean, where do you want to take your work from here? What do you want to do with it? How do you want to improve it?
Oh, of course I want to get better every day. I see on occasion imperfections that I would like to.
How would you like to stretch the boundaries of how you perceive your work?
I want people to feel as I do. I want people to see their very own monsters in my work.
Well then, he reaches into his satchel and produces a small bag of pills. Perhaps the best way to help other people see their monsters in your work, or to paint your monsters in your work, in some way.
Of course.
I have I totally forgot what it's called. It gives you euphoric reaction, heightens all your senses, LSD.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I didn't get that last part.
I'm trying to figure out what the actual thing is called. Mm. Give me a moment, and while I work on that, we're going to pause on him putting the pills on the counter and go back to Francis. He looks like he's
Yes.
getting bored over there.
What? I'm just in the game. While I wait. What's up?
Well, dinner has finished with your second cousin, Steve.
Good old cousin Steve that I've known all my life.
Yeah. So he bids you off. What do you do with your evening?
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna take some time and make some make some bead art
Okay.
just to unwind.
So go ahead and give me perc- give me a perception insight. What sort of
Okay.
design are you going for there?
He's just gonna do something. He's gonna try to keep it simple. He's gonna do a character from a from like a Super Nintendo game. So
All right.
so that was which one? Sorry.
Perception insight.
Perception in.
Not sorry, intuition.
I was about to ask. I couldn't find insight. Roll. Be 6.
Yeah. Okay. So you've landed yourself on a pretty cool character that you like from Metal Slug. You haven't done him anything from that genre in a while.
Yeah.
And you said you were going Super Nintendo, so that puts it at a 32-bit.
Yep.
Cool. Go ahead and give me your intelligence craft as you're working on that. I mean, go ahead and explode those 4 10s, but why are you taking them from Mira?
Jesus. Okay. Okay, so let's just roll 4 more d10s, right?
Yep.
Okay. 4.
Okay, so that second 10 does not explode, just so you know.
Hooray.
So you
That was
have
my next
8
question.
successes.
Damn.
Yeah. Why are you taking all those away from Mira?
It hurts, dude. You don't
Rude.
even brand.
So rude.
People just need to come to my van to see my stuff.
I mean, this looks great.
No
and
one's coming to your van.
I don't know why.
Like, maybe you should contact a well-known artist, because you need to get this out there. Like, this is looking
People
great.
people do that?
Yeah.
And
You
you
were
happen to know a artist who's out there. You may or may not have stolen some tens from them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What the hell was that?
That was me drinking something loudly.
So you go and
Sir.
like you need to share this with someone. That it's just too much. You have to share it with someone.
I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna. It's like it was like, oh my god, my magnum opus. I need to show somebody. Who do I know?
I mean, you know
Rowan.
Rowan, you know
Rowan. I'm gonna drive to Rowan's place.
Okay.
Why did you have to mention me?
You got. Just gonna run up, bang on the door. You gotta see this.
Rowan's just, what the hell was that?
It's in my van.
Not again. Question, are Magnolia and Willow still with me?
Yeah, because you guys are having tea, you're playing some cards or something like that.
I just face against the glass. And it's like, dude, dude.
Rowan just calmly looks over. Oh, hi, Francis.
That's Francis?
Hey.
Oh, open the door for him, would you?
I go over and I open the door. Hi, Francis. Come on in.
Dude, you gotta see what I just made.
Okay.
So Of course, with something like that, do you try and get the attention of Willow and Magnolia?
Me or
Yes, you.
who are they?
You
Them two.
know
Yes,
them.
come see.
Like, you
I
don't
am in.
know them, but you know of them.
Oh, hey, you guys, come check it out too. It's in my van.
Is this how he
Alright.
does all his advertising?
Yes.
He needs to work on it, but yeah.
Yeah, he
I have
needs to
no.
get a sponsor or someone to vouch for him so he can not be advertising out of his van.
Yeah, working on that. But
That's
come here,
like,
check it out. It's in my van now.
that's hella shady, my dude.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Come check it out.
Magnolia just walks up silently.
Rowan goes over to his van.
And what started as just a picture, one decal of a character from Metal Slug has just turned into this entire yeah, panoramic view of a screen from Metal Slug.
Behold.
Like this thing is, I'm not going to say it takes up the size of the side of his truck, but it looks like it would fit onto a small TV screen proportionally.
Francis,
Yeah.
I have a suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Find yourself a girlfriend or some friends. You need to take some time and actually do something. This is getting a little out of hand.
It's
As she said,
amazing though.
as she says, you need to take some time to do something. I was like, well, I have been doing thing.
Yes, that's why I'm concerned. Also, your van still smells of rotten Cheetos.
That's my what's the word? Muse. Yes. That's what people. The muse is what people eat while they work, right?
No.
Oh,
When was the last time you cleaned your van?
I mean, I had a job a couple, like a week or so ago.
And when was the last time you took a shower?
I mean, I've got deodorant.
You're coming in with me now. Come on.
But the stuff you didn't even comment
It
on.
is. I saw it, and I have to say you did an excellent job. It is very nice, and if you actually manage to sell it, it'll be worth a lot of money. But
So
you need a damn
what do you guys
shower.
think?
They're just kind of nodding. They don't get what you're referencing, that what it's supposed to be up, but it looks great.
Well, I appreciate that they like it.
Rose drags. No, yeah, Rose. Rowan drags Francis up to her actual apartment that is above her shop and just shoves him into the bathroom. Take a shower, toss your clothes out here, I'll throw them in the wash.
Are we gonna go bar hopping tonight? Willow asks.
Sure, we'll drag Francis with us.
Let's see if we
What?
can get some other people in on this too.
I don't do great with crowds.
I
But
text Sophia.
okay, I guess this is happening.
So we're going to cut back to Sophia just as Sven put down a small bag of ecstasy.
Oh no!
I mean, I'm no stranger to pills, and he put it in front of me, and he's him. And
The reason I'm saying oh no is I just texted you to invite you to go bar hop. And you're getting drugs!
Yep, I can do both. Trust me, this is nothing.
Oh no!
So yeah, your phone buzzes as he offers the ecstasy to both of you.
Right away. I take it.
Down the hatch, chase it with some of your fuzzy sunrise.
Yep.
Oh no.
Well,
Kids don't do drugs.
yeah, no way condoning
Drugs are
drugs.
bad. Okay.
However,
And
my Google history
don't
is
drink
going to look
alcohol under.
my Google history is going to look like I am a drug dealer of some kind because yes, I'm looking up drugs and their effects.
This is a usual Friday night, alright?
Well, it takes a few moments, about the same time, but you start feeling that euphoric reaction just start settling in.
I try to inch a little closer to Sven.
Uh, he looks at you. Well, he's not pushing away. Did you want to get that?
Hmm?
Your phone. Did you want to get that?
Oh, right.
He's not pushing you away, and Rose seems to be cuddling up to you more than Sven.
I
Because she totally took
am.
it too.
I just lean on his arm just a little bit, put my head on his shoulder, and I pick up my phone and just kind of casually glance.
Rowan, the coffee shop owner, has asked you if you want to go bar hopping.
Hey, Sven. One of those. Well, Rose, honey, can you, I think I left something upstairs. Can you get it?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, okay. She she starts making her way upstairs.
And I'm just kind of being a little bit.
Territorial.
Yeah. I'm just kind of. I have my head on his shoulder and I'm looking up at him and I'm just like, do you want to. One of those people you asked me about, they want to, They want to go out. Do you want to come with? I mean, maybe you can get to know him.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be disagreeable, but at the same time, didn't you want to also get to know them?
Oh, of course I'm coming.
As while I did bring Molly, I do have a few other things, just in case.
Oh, like what?
Well, I have some shrooms, LSD, cocaine. I do not touch heroin. That is just nasty.
Sounds like a fun night. I'm sure Rose would like to go to bed right now or something. Let's you and me go out.
Well, would that? I feel like that would be rude. Besides, wouldn't we want to make sure that someone stayed sober enough to drive us?
Oh, I I guess.
Rose won't mind.
I'm sure.
And right then, Rose kind of comes down. I won't mind what.
Rose, honey, we a friend of mine, she would like to go out. Do you want to come?
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Great.
Rose seems
Let's
more
figure.
interested in you than Sven at this point.
So I'm gonna give her just a little bit more attention. Rose, sweetie, it'll be so much fun. Oh, you'll love Rowan. She's great.
Such a fantastic idea, isn't it? Okay, so it's getting on 10:30. I'm going to call for a quick break right now because it looks like Rowan's currently losing her shit. Francis seems to be amused with how this entire situation's turned out, and I can't see what Mira's doing.
Mira, you forgot the one key thing that you need to do.
Uh-oh.
Put your boobs against his arm, girl.
I'm getting there. Let me get in the back of the car. I gotta trap him in there.
So
No,
we're
no,
going.
no, 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 no. Here's what you do. You put your
I'm going
boobs
to get
against his
myself
arm.
something to drink.
Now, then when you're in the car, you sit on him.
Hang
I'm
on,
going
I
to
gotta
get
get
something to
changed
drink.
before we
I'll be
go.
right back. Keep talking, because I noticed last
Put
time
on a
you guys were
miniskirt.
just
Oh,
silent.
miniskirt, low cup top, the whole 9 yards.
I'll be back.
Show that cleavage, girl.
I'm gonna get him tonight.
Get him. Get him in that bed, girl.
Get it.
I got your back. Longest relationship he's had has last 6 months. You got this.
All I need is like 2 hours.
2 hours and a couple margaritas.
I'm thinking shrooms, whatever he's got in his.
Drugs.
Don't mix the drugs, girl.
It's too late.
One of each
Oh,
drugs,
what have I
please.
done? This is not gonna go well.
Oh no, it's gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I am kind of
Both.
hoping that you succeed on a roll to convince Rowan to take some.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be trying to give it to everybody. It's fine.
That's gonna be a disaster.
I got that manipulation and that subterfuge.
Oh no. Oh no.
How high is your manipulation and your subterfuge?
Let me look, hang on. My manipulation is like 4 dots.
And your subterfuge?
4 dots.
I got 3 dots in both. This is gonna be grand. This is not gonna end well.
Oh, it's gonna end fantastically. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you kidding me? The moment you guys accepted and that you were pushing Rose onto Rowan, Jared did the sign of the cross.
It's gonna be glorious. I look
I'm
forward to the
gonna
train wreck.
die. Hey, Jared. It's push to talk.
Right. No, this is glorious. One moment.
You have no idea. She's got a 4 manipulation and a 4 subterfuge. She's gonna try and convince Rowan to take.
I know. I know. I was hoping
What do you
for
mean
this.
try?
This is gonna go so bad. I'm gonna end up on a couch making out with Rose, aren't I?
We'll see what happens, but
Just stay away from Sven and we're fine.
Not my
so
type.
Francis is just gonna be over there, just like, man, I wish I was back in my van.
I do want
Creepy.
to point out I just posted a link to where I've been using to pull up the images of people. If you guys go to there, the only 2 that you guys won't see tonight is going to be Marcus and Julian Horez. Those are the only 2 you won't
Okay.
see tonight, and so that way you can at least have a splash of what the character looks like based off how I envisioned their personality to be.
Alright, let's take a look at the.
So you can look at Rose, you can look at Sven, you can look at whoever's being talked to.
Huh, Sven did not look like I thought he would.
I mean, that's the best I had for him.
I'm adjusting a little bit so this will work.
Oh, how you adjust
In
it?
my brain.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. This is just a general, as best I could do in Saints Row the Third. So,
Oh, that's why. Alright, no, it's fine. It's fine for that.
okay. Play with it, have fun with it. How do you like how I did Rose, though? Because I'm actually really happy with how she turned out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that just I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do Rose when I sat down after I sent that message of, "Hey, so 7:30 start time." That totally didn't happen. And it's like, "Okay, I need to make an
Yeah.
avatar for Rose." Doing it. Oh, as the story goes on, there will be more put out there, which basically means that I will keep expanding this collection. And I will also have the players' images down.
Yes.
So did anyone else need to step away, go to the bathroom, things like that?
I'm good.
Anyone got any questions for anyone?
Are we ready for a train wreck?
How cute is Mr. Man?
Little Mr. Man is the most adorable.
He is cuddled by my feet. I just had to share that fact. I'm very sorry that is
No, no,
inappropriate,
no,
but
no, 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 no.
No,
Al
that is best fact.
always talk about your cat.
Mr.
Always,
Man is wonderful.
Yes, he
always
is.
talk about the kitties.
Kitten. There's only one there.
Yes,
I
I
I
don't have two. I only have one. The other one is not real.
I was talking about my kitties too.
You have kitties, but we were talking about her kitten.
I
Yeah,
have
the
doggo.
ghost cat.
My one
Doggo is
cat,
good dog.
only one.
Doggos are best doggos.
Oh,
They are.
absolutely.
They're happy puppies.
Oh, so whenever Mira and I hang out, we have this scale of how the day went based off how many groups of children we saw versus how many individual dogs we saw.
That's a good.
Number of
That's
dogs
a good way to
being
do it.
better than number of children.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
But since children are more prolific than dogs, we group a group of children together, but dogs count individually.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's get on with this train wreck because it's gotta happen.
Not a train wreck. It's
The
glorious.
night, the one night that Remy
I know.
and
When the
Michael are
adults
not
are
here.
when the adults are away, the children come out and get fucking
Hi.
wasted.
On ecstasy.
Oh no.
This is going to be great. I am looking forward to it. So, who's the first victim?
Apparently me.
Well, actually, we're going to start with Francis because he is
Oh
taking.
yeah, he got shoved into the bathroom, and
Yeah,
I am washing his clothes for him.
but now you know you're kind of going clubbing as best as Mansfield has to offer. So, are you going to even let him wear those clothing? Because
No, I go into
Like a.
the box of men's clothing that I just so happen to have. You will not question this.
I'm
Oh no, never.
I'm sure you've had various good reasons and not so good reasons to have a box of men's clothing.
You'll never know.
I'm just picturing like a high school office having like extra uniforms for students
If only it
situation.
was that. If only it was that on the level.
Yeah.
Mm,
Behold the map
yeah,
of Mansfield.
yeah. She pulls out some clothes for him that will be suitable-ish for the clubbings, and sort of changes her own clothes into something a little more fun.
Okay. Well, I guess Francis is over here getting clean.
She even opens the door, just not even minding, puts down some shaving cream and a razor for you, and walks out after closing the door again.
Why though? It's not that scraggly, is it?
It's hobo bad.
Oh come on.
You got ramen in your beard.
I don't even like ramen.
Ew.
He starts shaving.
So, where this place is going to be located for those able to watch is going to be at what is currently the Phoenix Brewing Company. that is the closest thing to a club I believe is in Mansfield. So that is where you guys are going, and it is actually walking distance from uh, Rowan's shop.
Okay.
And as an FYI, even though it's a small amount, she's still showing some cleavage.
Well, of course, you want to make a good impression, though you're not sure for what.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just feel like I need to do this because most likely Sophia is going to be over the top.
Never.
Well, if you feel like this is an intuition thing, go ahead and give me a wits intuition.
Okay. Difficulty 6.
Unless I say otherwise. Do you have a specialty in either?
I do believe so. Yeah, no, my wits is a 3 and my intuition is a 2.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you full successes. You know this is going to be a night. You're not sure what's going to happen, but just be prepared.
I'm wearing like an off the shoulder top that shows some cleavage, a short-ish skirt and a pair of heels.
Is there anyone you're going to contact outside of this current club party to let them know where you are and who you're with?
Clayton. I sent him a quick text.
Okay, so you shoot off Clayton a text. Can you poke Michael just to see what he has to say about that?
He face palmed.
Okay, but Clayton didn't have anything to say. Just okay.
His face pinching the bridge of his nose.
That
That
is
sounds like
fair and
approval to me.
valid.
He's basically concerned.
All right. So, yeah, Francis, you are currently taking a shower in a strange, not necessarily a strange woman because you don't know her, but strange because she literally just threw you in her shower.
Well, this is new. So he gets cleaned up. He shaves a bit. He just try. He's like, I liked that shirt.
Yeah, there is a
Okay.
different change of clothing waiting for you.
You'll
Oh,
get
man.
it. She has your clothes cleaned and neatly folded. You'll get these back when we get back.
Honestly, they'd only be in the washer right now.
True. She's like, your clothes are in the washer right now. You can crash here for the night if you'd like. I got a couch over there. It's actually rather comfy.
But the passenger seat, though.
Dude, go sit on her couch. It's comfy.
All right.
And there's
Willow
a cat
and
on it.
Willow and Magnolia don't really have much they can change into, and they politely decline your offer for a change of clothing.
Borrowing some of my clothes.
Yeah, they politely decline. But I mean, they're looking their usual selves, so they're already looking pretty good anyway. So
Magnolia looking like she's from the Matrix.
yeah, basically.
Did
Willow looks like a mom.
when you threw clothes at Francis, did you like choose an outfit for him, or can he? Does he,
She
like,
chose an
options?
outfit for you. She
Ah.
chose an outfit for you.
He was gonna try to find something close to what he was wearing.
What was the outfit you chose for him?
Plain black V-necked T-shirt and some sort of like a dark, like those dark washed jeans.
All right, that'll have to do. Just get dressed.
Okay.
You don't know why, but there's a pair of boxers there too.
just in case.
Oh come on, they weren't that dirty.
Yes, yes, they were.
Did you run over a deer in them?
No, I keep clean ones in the glove box.
Dude, you don't live out of your van unless you force yourself to.
He forces himself to. He forces himself
I
to.
suffer for my art.
Oh,
We've established this. He
Everything
lives
is
on
in this
his van.
van.
okay, so after a minute and some grumbling from the bathroom, he comes out.
You get the thumbs up from all three girls.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess.
Yeah, you know, you got
fine.
you got it trimmed up a bit, cleaned up, and they're like, yeah, we'll be seen in public with you.
Oh, good. That's. I mean, I don't. Honestly, I'm not sure what was wrong with me before, but
You looked like a hobo.
You smelled like a hobo.
because it's like, just like she said, you look like a hobo, you smell like a hobo. I look at the third person like, anything to add?
No.
Good.
You don't anymore. How's that?
That'll do.
So, the directions to get over to the Phoenix Brewery Company is you walk down Main and then cross the parking lot. Like, it's literally just that.
We start walking.
Meanwhile, back over in the rich part of town on Marion Avenue,
Sophia.
yeah. Also, I need to correct myself from last session. Session is not the Mansfield Museum of Art, it's just the Mansfield Art Center.
Oh.
A subtle difference, but a difference.
I see. Alright.
So you're currently snuggled. Rose is coming back, and she's just kind of petting your arm at the moment. She doesn't seem like she's interested in changing.
Rose, help it.
You went Megatron there. What?
Rose, help me pick out a new outfit, alright?
Oh yeah, let's do this. We'll have you looking tight.
Oh no.
Oh god! So
We're all gonna die.
I lead Rose away, and we kind of go upstairs, and I try to pick out a nice party dress, something low cut, but maybe not too low, but pretty low, and
Bring
something that
out
shows
that
off
black
just
dress.
all the cleavage.
Yeah, and
All of it.
she's making good recommendations on different accessories to put on with it. To put on with it, something to direct the eyes, you know, around the neck and through your collarbone region.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Can you just step out in the hall 1 second so I can change? I'll be out.
Okay. She steps out into the hall. She kind of looks over your shoulder a moment as before she turns out, but shrugs it off and goes into the hall.
And I get dressed. She's picked out a pretty revealing black dress for.
Okay.
When in doubt, always go to the little black dress.
Oh, it's too easy. And then I just go back out in the hall. Say, come on. Go find your keys. And I go back to
Okay, so she goes and finds her keys. Even on the ecstasy, she's able to locate her keys pretty well, but she doesn't seem to make direct eye contact with you. And when she does, she's kind of looking over your shoulder a bit, but then comes back to you.
Um, I give her just a little bit attention. I touch her when I talk to her. I giggle when she answers. You know those kinds of
Yeah, and that make keeps her focus on you and keeps her from whatever seems to be distracting her over your shoulder.
good.
You're not sure, but she seems to be real. This is hitting her.
She's just not used to it. I mean, she did come out with us a little bit, but not as much maybe as I did. Maybe once a month, whereas I was out probably about every week or so.
Okay, so you get down. Sven does give you a good look over. You know,
I sit right up next to him. I brush my leg against his. I ask him what he thinks of my outfit.
well, if I didn't know better, I was saying you were trying to go out in style tonight. Guys, just maybe go out hunting a bit.
I mean, you have to go out in style. And I just kind of grab him by the arm, put, my arm around his, and lead him out the door.
Yeah, you hear the car start up as you head out. Rose took a different route, and yep, car's ready to go. Standard four-seater. She kind of knows to expect you in the back seat right now. Though she'd like some attention with you, she gets it. She's been around this enough.
I sit in the back seat and I rub myself up against him pretty, not too aggressively, not like too obvious, but pretty aggressive.
You kind of lean into him more on the proper turns, as if the road's taking it too hard, and he is welcoming it. Like, he is about this. But he's not being a
Rose is
creeper
like,
about it. Like, he's being classy about this. Did we lose Amira?
oh, I'm right here.
Okay, I thought you were saying something.
Oh no, as he like accepts it, I start to get like a little further. I mean, I never cross like that line of like class, but I try to see how far I can.
Yeah, basically, you're able to push right up against that wall where the class, between class and crass, and you're right against that wall, and he's meeting you at that point.
Get it, girl.
Perfect.
But just at the point where it feels like it would be okay to cross that line, the car comes to a stop.
Oh, um, oh, we're here already. Oh, such a short ride through town. Come on, let's go have some fun.
Indeed. Who was this? You said that you had some other friends coming. These them. And gestures to the conveniently walking up group of Willow, Magnolia, Rowan, and Francis.
Oh, yes, they are.
Rowan walks over. Hello, Sophia.
Rowan, it's so good to see you again. How are you, and how is your little kitty cat?
Oh, Grimalkin's doing well. These are my friends, Magnolia and Willow. I think you'd remembered them from the gathering. Of course, you've met Francis.
Oh, yes, of course. It's so good to see you again, Willow, Magnolia. And I kind of half hug them a little bit, just a little bit to show familiarity, and I ignore Francis.
Even though I got him all cleaned up, you gonna do him like that?
He tried to show me his van.
Fair enough.
I do that to. Don't feel special about it. I feel that to everybody.
Rose looks
So
over to
Rowan,
Stefan.
Magnolia and Willow, they accept the hug, and I mean, their cloth feels very soft right now.
Is
Like,
it Sven or Stefan?
This is Sven.
Rowan looks over to Sven. I don't believe we've met.
Of course we have. I'm Sven Volga. You might not remember me, but we have met previously.
Interesting. Well, it's nice to see you then.
Indeed. I'm glad you two were able to make it out. He shows familiarity to both of you, but not over familiarity.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Well, of course, all students. You follow me on Instagram, and I follow you.
I have an Instagram. When did
You
that start?
did at one point.
I made it for you on your phone, remember?
Oh yeah.
You haven't been
Why?
posting, and that's disappointing. I was actually very intrigued by some of your work.
Really?
Mm.
Yes.
Well, I just got done with a really good one. You want to come see it?
Oh no.
Perhaps later. We have some other things to deal with.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Willow and Magnolia are talking with Rose with not Rose. We're gonna drop Rose for the moment. Not that she's completely gone, but it's definitely talking with Sophia. Sophia, starting with Willow. Sophia, honey, you okay?
Of course, why wouldn't they be?
You just seem a little spacier than usual. I take it you're having a good evening.
Oh, it's been a wonderful evening. I finished my latest work, and Rose, she's a wonderful cook. She made pancakes.
Was making her way over. Rose, I don't believe we've met her. Would you give us the introductions?
Oh, yes, of course. Rose, honey, this is my friends, Willow and, Magnolia.
I will say this for uh Rowan and Francis. You can't quite place it, but Sven does seem familiar, like you've met him before. He just has that air about him that like someone you have met. You just couldn't
Is he
place a
another
memory.
cousin?
No, no, he's not a cousin. It isn't one of those long lost family relatives that you weren't familiar with. It is one of those that you've met him before. You can't place where. It's just that kind of familiar personality.
Okay.
It's good to meet you, Rose. And what do you do for yourself? Rose is just kind of leaning on Rowan, not Rowan, Sophia. Names. I will be yelling that like at least once every session. Again,
Names
Sophia.
are
I
hard.
wouldn't expect any less of you.
She leans up and she's trying to find her words of what she does without saying that I'm a trust fund baby and I've learned how to deal with finances from my parents.
I wouldn't put it past her to say that at this point.
No, she's still trying to be tactful, but her very zealous friend, do you interrupt her when she's trying to explain herself?
Oh, Rose? Rose is my friend, and, she helps me with my work. Oh, she's wonderful. And I just I let her hang on to me, but I don't really give anything back.
You're being cold to your friends with sometimes plus. She starts standing up from herself and from you. It's like, let's go inside and listen to the music, get something to drink. I don't want to be out here all night.
Oh, of course, of course. Sven, honey, would you like to come with us?
Sven is finishing up his conversation slash introduction slash reunion with Rowan and Francis. Of course. Shall we? Shall we? And he gestures to the front door, which he politely opens for everyone.
Oh, Rowan, come on, you come too.
I feel like you've just grabbed my hand and started dragging me.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew it. Rose just like slightly off balance, regains balance, sighs, and continues.
Mira, is Sophia at the front of this line? I mean,
Sophia?
after Sven, because Sven hits the first to the door.
Well, Sven is holding the door, and Sophia is just dragging Rowan in and like leading Rose in and just trying to be like the light and the warmth and talking to everybody at the same time.
Well, as you are trying to lead him in, Sven puts out his hand upside down for you for a moment.
And I take it,
He
I
palms you
drop
the rest.
Rose.
He palms you the rest of the ecstasy with a
Oh
wink.
no.
I take it.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
Rose, come with me real quick.
Well,
I'm sorry,
before you
Rowan.
can get in, there is the bouncer. He sits inside the door.
Okay,
He's just asking for IDs.
I give him mine.
Ren pulls out hers.
Ro-
Oh gosh, did you look at
Rose,
that? You
Willow,
must
and
have left them in with their
Magnolia.
pants.
Rose, Magnolia, and them. Rose, Magnolia, let do it. And Francis, as you say that, you are followed up quickly by Rowan, by Sven. Looks at the bouncer. No need. Shows ID. I will vouch for him, and if he does anything, let it come back against me.
God
The
damn it.
bouncer, who seemed kind of on edge, was like, yeah, I'll accept that one. You take liabilities for him in case he's underage? I mean, look at him. Does he look like he's underage? Not to be
What's that?
offensive.
What's that
You're
supposed to mean?
it's called aging like Vine. You're certainly aging well, my friend.
Is that what we're calling it now? Okay. That
You are let into the bar without getting your ID checked.
neat. Okay. It's like, damn it, I was almost out.
In and out. Almost.
Nope.
No, you're not allowed out of this that easy.
No
So,
escape.
so, okay.
Francis is me right now.
Now we will let Sophia and Rowan go off on their own little escapade.
Oh, Rowan, here, you know what would make this party so much.
What?
Oh, you should try it. And Sven gave it to me, and Rose, I know Rose loves it, and she seems like she needs a friend right now. And I kind of half show her the ecstasy.
Ren looks at it. Are you serious?
Oh, just try it. I mean, just live a little.
Me?
Oh, it's seriously wonderful, and I get a little, maybe a little too close.
Jared, push to talk.
Whenever you want to do the rolls, just let me know.
What is it?
Your manipulation subterfuge.
Let's go!
Oh no.
It is a contested roll.
What do
Eh.
I need to roll?
You to contest it will want to have wit and empathy or intuition.
Ooh, yikes.
Let's do wits empathy.
Okay, so Rose does need a friend right now, but you're not sold on the whole taking random pills.
Do you know what these are exactly?
Of course. I've taken them like 1,000 times before. They're okay.
So many times.
I don't know.
It'll be all right. I mean, you work for yourself. I mean, who's gonna know?
And also, you do remember that has been telling you you need to get out of your place and do stuff with other people. But again, can tell Rose needs a friend. You're still not sold on the whole taking pills thing.
Mm.
Just try it. I mean, I'm all right, right?
All the cool kids are doing it.
90s PSA action.
Are you going to show her it's safe?
Yeah, of course.
Oh no.
I'll take care of you, and Rose, she'll take care of you. It's all right. And I just kind of try to hand her one.
I take it, look at it.
It's in the shape of a flower.
Of course it is.
Isn't it pretty? I mean, I think it came from like Chicago. I don't know.
Fine, I suppose I'll bite the proverbial bullet.
Yes.
She takes the pill. Jared, push to talk, my
It
friend.
does take,
We
it
need
will
to
take some
decide.
time to hit, but after about 5 minutes, the music seems a little louder, the lights seem a little brighter. You're just feeling more.
For the first time in this entire game, Rowan is actually smiling.
Yeah, your emotions are also like cranked up. Though your vision is also starting to get kind of blurred, and it feels cold. Sophia, do you want to talk to Francis?
I guess maybe a little. We'll see how it goes. I mean, he's super nice. Maybe a little off.
Okay then, so we'll stick with Rowan for a moment. Once these things start hitting you, Sophia has moved on. I will say that.
Am I by myself?
For the moment.
Oh no.
You definitely see a mixed bag of faces that you know. And everyone
This is
looks
not gonna end
really
well.
pretty. Like everyone. Is there a thing you want, Francis?
No, I'm
Okay.
just kind of here.
Okay. Keeping an eye on the time for you.
Oh, we're good. We're good. I can go for a while.
Rowan goes over to where the people are dancing and just like is swaying with the music. Just enjoying it.
Okay, are you just enjoying it or are you going to dance with it?
Actually dancing with it.
Do you want to do a dexterity performance roll? Or are you trying
Sure.
are you doing it to impress anyone or are you just doing it to do it?
She's letting loose.
Then for now we will do dexterity performance.
Oh dear. This is gonna be bad.
Oh,
Oh, was that
yeah.
neat? So you're doing well. You're jamming to the music and people are jamming right with you. Francis, you are, I take it, trying to be a wallflower right now.
Yes. He's wearing his sunglasses indoors, just trying to be like, this is not my scene.
With that, you notice that the usually somewhat uptight Rowan is now on the dance floor.
The hell?
Smiling, dancing, and her clothes aren't her usual clothes, so
My God, she's gone crazy. To me, he's just like, that ain't right.
something is obviously wrong here.
How
saying,
are you
well-
dealing with it? What are you doing with it? That.
Right now he's just like, maybe that's just how she is when she's real. No, she usually see her in the shop and she's professional there, so I guess is this relaxing, Rowan? Okay. He's just gonna staying by the wall, just like it's weird, but it's probably fine.
What's your
If it wasn't
perception?
fine. Perception. Da 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 da. Where's that? I have 3 in perception.
Okay, so you kind of noticed someone move up beside you, but you weren't paying attention until they talked. I see you're looking at
Ah!
Rowan. Sorry, did I scare you there?
I was sorry. I was thinking about something else. Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Does she strike your fancy?
What?
Does she strike your fancy?
I mean,
Oh no!
I hadn't really thought about it like that. But, yeah. I guess she's nice.
Does anyone else then? If that is all you have to say, that she's nice, then apparently she doesn't strike your fancy.
I don't get out much, man. It's like,
As that can be seen, you are standing awkwardly against the wall here, and I would
Yeah,
comment on the sunglasses inside, but it is kind of bright in here too.
I have a condition. I just can't.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. So, how do you go about your work?
Well, people are interested. I show them my stuff in my van.
In
People
your
need other
van?
work. Yeah, my van.
You don't have it displayed elsewhere? A little more accessible, a little less creepy?
What do you mean creepy?
Well, I mean, put it this way. If someone came up to you and said, would you like to see this wonderful paintings that I keep in my van? How would that sound?
Reasonable.
Would it? Would it sound like they even care about the work they have? What they've made if they just keep it in the van?
Just kind of having a slow realization of like, oh, I'm a creeper. Oh no.
Why don't you talk to them? Work on socializing a bit. What's the first thing gonna happen? Do they think you're a drunkard right now? He hands you a drink.
What's in this?
It's just beer. I came straight here from the bar.
Hmm. Okay.
Trust it. Do you not trust it?
I don't drink much.
Well then, the other option is that I give you the money to go get your own drink.
I appreciate it. It's fine though. I got it. I'm just gonna. I'm fine. I'm just fine here. I can. He's like clearly uncomfortable. Push tuck.
He puts his arm around your shoulder. Go on. Get yourself something to drink. Relax a bit. You're so uptight right now. You won't be able to sell your work if you don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So he's just gonna like just like head towards the bar.
So the bartender is honestly is a white girl with dreads, the bleach platinum dreads.
Oh, fun.
She's serving orders, but eventually she gets to you. It's like, what'll it be?
Oh, geez, I probably should have thought of this beforehand. It, if soda? Do you have soda?
I mean,
Just straight up.
yeah, but is that all you want? Are you the
I mean-
designated driver?
I mean, I can be. I seems like, I probably should stay just in case, you know.
I mean, sure. What kind of soda do you want?
I don't know, like a orange soda.
I mean, we have dog sodas. I don't actually have an orange soda on
Ah,
tap.
hell. Coke.
All right.
Coke is a thing.
She pours you out a shaker of Coke.
Nice. Thank you.
If you need anything, please don't hesitate.
Thank you. I won't. Thanks. Have fun doing what it is you do.
I'm a bartender. It's my job.
Is it fun?
It can be.
Cool. Have fun.
And you am square away, don't you?
Yes.
Great. You're taking that lesson too hard on. You should totally socialize more.
Yes. Now, if only I could do that in real life.
I mean, same.
I'm gonna stick with this song. It's the closest they have to club music. Sophia, who is your next victim? I mean, target.
I'm gonna try to go after Francis kind of lightly. I mean, I'm really feeling it right now, so I can kind of look past his creepiness.
Well, you did notice Sven was talking to him, and then Francis went over to the bar and is now trying to find Am Square away from the bar to try to find a place for himself.
A nice dark corner.
Oh, Francis, aren't you having fun?
That is a word. Yes.
I mean, it's such a good night. I mean, you should make it, like, better.
Yeah, I got a great idea on how to do that.
What's that?
I could go back to the van. This really isn't my kind of scene, you know?
I mean, it's all in your mindset. I mean, really, you just have to, like, feel.
Just gotta feel it.
Yeah, I mean, here, just take my advice, okay? Like,
Okay.
give this a shot. And I hand him a pill, and I'm just like, just give it a try. And you will totally feel better about.
He's just staring at the pill. It's like, what is this?
Tell him it's a Xanax.
Francis, I try this all the time. It makes it so much more fun.
Do you?
Of course.
Is she like noticeably acting different than the last few times I've met her?
Make the check. It's going to be perception and wits and empathy.
Wits and empathy.
All I was gonna say, it's Sophia. This is kind of normal.
Yeah, that's fair. Airhead.
Empathy, where you at? There you at. Cool. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, both of them together.
DJ Gyrad.
I needed some way to get something clubby sounding.
I like this. I actually would like this sort of mix. This is nice.
So, I see your role now. Are you trying to hide it at all? Sophia?
Oh, I'm just trying to be as persuasive as possible. Just talk over all his doubts.
She is being nice to you, like really nice. Could be a
This is weird.
contact.
This is weird.
It's weird, but it could be a contact.
Hmm. Yeah, you seem to be in a very good mood tonight.
Oh, it's a great night. I mean, just look around.
Rowan's still on the dance floor at the moment. Francis,
Don't you want to dance with her?
Sven is making his rounds. Willow and Magnolia are at the bar, kind of watching people.
Question: have Willow and Magnolia noticed Rowan?
They're watching you too, and Rose is starting to move in towards Willow at the moment.
Go for it. I ship it.
I just kind of look around like yeah, there's some interesting things happening tonight.
Don't you want to dance with her?
I mean,
Why are you pushing us together?
she ships the hobo and the bookkeeper. It's beautiful.
Can I make my roll, please?
Yeah, you can make your roll.
Oh god.
Oh no!
You go ahead and
mercy.
explode that 10.
So what do I do? 1d10?
1d10.
Please don't.
Please do. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so 3
Aw.
successes, and the counter roll is going to be,
You had me do a wit's empathy.
yes, wits empathy. Difficulty 6
Wits.
unless you don't have the empathy.
Okay. I think when you told order the roll, you said either wits empathy or wits intuition. Was that
That was
A
something
thing.
different. That was
or
different.
something different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Empathy. Beep. Beep.
Oh, that means technically mine should have gone down because I don't have empathy.
Yeah, it was a draw. It would have been a draw then, and you were defending, so the results didn't really change. Okay.
She
no,
overtook him.
yeah, she's making a compelling argument. Like, this is a night to let go.
Take it.
Do it.
And she's in a really good mood. She's a potential contact to start getting your art off the ground. Everyone has been saying the same thing. You've got to talk to people. And not say, hey kid, want to see what's in my van? I bet you thought the drink was
Perfect.
real. It isn't. It's Perler beads.
I replaced your drink with beans while you weren't looking.
Grimalkin, where are you?
Nobody knows. He's lost in a forest of cat.
So yeah, I mean, you've been given a compelling argument, and you know you have a good product to sell. You just need to know how to talk to people to do it.
Oi. Alright. Yeah, you take. He's like, okay. You know what? You have a good point. You have a really good point. I do need to loosen up, don't I?
Yeah, go dance with her. I mean, she's really pretty.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna.
Do you take the pill? Do you take a few pills? Like, how do you do this?
It's like. She never said what this was, but fuck it. He just takes it.
Okay. And you just throw it back. You wash it down with the Coke. Few minutes. Yeah, it's getting kind of bright in here. It's getting to the point where you might have a headache, but
Ow.
it's not.
Ow.
It's not enough to really push you over to where you couldn't do other things. And besides, you're probably going to get a drink at this point. That would numb the pain.
Yeah, gonna go get something for the too many lights.
So you go back up to the bar, and she's there again. She looks prettier than the last time you looked at her.
Go for dreadlocks. Go for dreadlock.
Once again, she's like,
Hey,
You're back.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah.
Not DDing anymore? Or you out of coke?
I'm. You know, they said, no, they said somebody else could drive. So I don't. I don't drink much. What's a real? What would you recommend? What's a really good thing you got?
Well, this is a brewery, so we have all the Phoenix brews, and if you want my personal recommendation, then I would say, looking at you, you would look like a martini guy.
Sure, that sounds really nice. That sounds really good.
She mixes you up a martini.
Nice.
And that German guy said it was on him, so I'll put it on his tab.
Well, oh, that's really nice of him. He's so nice.
So, at this point, Rose has moved off of Willow and Magnolia, because that's not happening apparently, and does start making her way over to Rowan.
Rowan would like to make her way to the bar.
You're intercepted by Rose.
Oh dear.
Hey Rowan, how's this party?
It's actually a lot of fun. I was actually about to go get a drink.
Oh, I'll join you then. Let's go get a drink. And she just hooks her arm in yours.
And just sort of drags her over to the bar.
And she is wearing a club sweater, so there's some choice cuts in it. And it's soft. Like everything's soft.
I go over to the bar.
Willow and Magnolia are there. They're just, at this point, they seem to be enjoying the show.
I flag the bartender.
Yeah, honey, what do you want?
Could I get a candy cane martini, please?
Alright. And for you, she gestures to Rose. Rose says, I'll have a sunrise. Tequila. Heavy. Bartender rolls her eyes and makes the candy cane martini and a sunrise. With extra.
I drink down my candy cane martini and I go and I'm leaning against Magnolia. Push to talk, Jared. Push
Sorry,
to
my
talk.
finger's actually on the button.
Yeah, now you just gotta push it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So Magnolia looks over at you. Honey, you are going down.
Slender. I just said, yeah, Sophia handed me something. Figured I'd try it. It's nice.
I'm sure it is.
I can taste colors.
Oh, so she gave you ecstasy.
Goes well with the candy cane.
Sure it does. You feeling alright?
Yeah. She finishes the candy cane martini and takes out the actual whole candy cane and is going back to dancing while having it in her mouth.
You think you hear Magnolia call behind you. Be careful with that.
Rowan is attempting the seductiveness with the candy cane.
And who are you trying to use it on?
No one, she's just doing it.
Yes.
Okay,
She
then
saw a video with sexy candy cane once.
go ahead and give me manipulations. I want to say persuasion. Difficulty
dear.
6. And then we're going to switch cameras back over to Sophia for a moment after that.
Manipulation, persuasion, what? I don't see persuasion.
Then go with subterfuge.
Okay.
I'm not actually looking at character sheets right now. So you are doing what you think is sexy, and you're doing
We
what you
lost.
think
Yeah.
is sexy with a candy cane,
Oh
Oh.
God!
All I have is it in my mouth. That's it.
but then it just tastes way too good, and you stop caring about looking how you look while you're eating it. You're just enjoying it.
Munch.
So, Sophia, what you
Yes.
doing now?
I am heading over to Sven.
He's definitely looks like he's getting a bit buzzed now.
Go in for the
Hey!
kill.
Do you want to go dance for a little bit?
Of course, let's go dance.
And we do to the music, but pretty close.
Are you trying to be seductive with it, or are you trying to dance with it?
Definitely seductive.
Neat. Okay, go ahead and roll your manipulation and subterfuge. Alright, 4 successes, that's good. He is doing quite a dance as well. You're the only one able to keep up with him. You know how in movies where they show the two people dancing and everyone just kind of parts ways to let them at it?
Yeah.
That's what's happening with you two.
Wonderful.
Rowan,
Aye.
give me a perception occult.
Oh dear.
There's something as you're watching them dance, there's something sort of primal and organic that just starts welling up inside you in a way that you're like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how people are supposed to be. We're supposed to be natural to ourselves, and never mind what society has to say. We need to do what is natural to us, and that's what it means to be human.
Oh dear.
But it's not just, that surface level of how to be human. It feels something deeply profound and prophetic to you. Like, this has something to do with the research you've been doing into the occult, just watching this. And at this point, just watching this, you feel like you're on the cusp of something, but you aren't quite there. Like Sisyphus at the top of the mountain, you know you need just one more. You need a push. You need something to push you over that edge.
Alright, I'm gonna try and think of what that push I could need.
How do you want to try and think of it?
Well, you had me use perception occult, so perhaps intelligence occult?
Okay, you can try that. And while you are now finding yourself pondering on this, Francis, how do you perceive the whole dancing thing going on? Like, where are you in this?
He's still kind of at the bar, just kind of watching, just trying to be like, okay, so how do I get in there? Do I just go, or like, I guess I'd be watching. I guess I'd be watching Rowan a bit. He's gonna be drinking his drink. He's being like, okay, yeah, let's get okay, let's try it, guy. Loosen up, do the stuff, do the thing. Yeah, he's gonna go out there.
I got 2 successes and one of them was a 10.
What's your occult? Do you have an occult specialty?
I do not have an occult specialty, but I do have an intelligence, but it would not be a part of this.
Right. So,
Actually, no, I'm a discerning thinker. Would that actually be a part
yes.
of
Go ahead and explode. We'll get back to you though.
it? Okay.
Francis, was that conversation out loud?
To himself.
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of just going. He's just kind of talking to himself, just like, oh, should I do? Should I do that? No. Okay, yeah. You know, yeah.
So Willow happens to be sitting right next to you. Francis, honey.
Oh, hi. When'd you get here?
Same time as you.
Oh yeah. How are you?
Doing well. Listen, you seem to be relaxing, and that's good. But you're thinking too much still.
Okay. Okay, how do I turn it off?
Well, you can continue what you're doing and trying to drink yourself into oblivion. Or apparently Sophia's handing out random pills to people. That might help.
Oh yeah, she did that.
Or close your eyes, because I know you have that light sensitivity, and that might be blocking you a bit.
Okay.
Feel the music pulse through you, the rhythm of the beats and the bass drops.
Okay.
The guitar, the piano melding together.
Okay.
Don't fall asleep now.
I'm awake, I swear.
Now, what does this all feel like to you? Now, what does it sound like? What does it feel like?
Feels like a party.
Okay. And what does that party feel like specifically?
I wasn't prepared for trick questions.
Don't think, just answer. What does your instinct say it is? And once
feels
you have...
like
Go on.
feels like wild and loud.
Then be wild and loud.
I can try one of those things.
Start with wild. You might make a scene if you get too loud.
Yeah, that's good. Good plan. Good. You make good plans. You make good plans.
So we're going to switch back over to Rowan. Part of what you're missing is you're trying to find this alone. This mix that you're seeing in front of you, Rowan,
Mm-hmm.
this mix you see in front of you of how Sven and Sophia are dancing together, it's a dance. And you need at least one partner for it.
So I need someone to dance with me.
You need someone to bring out that energy with you. Sophia, what have you done with the ecstasy?
How many more do I have?
Oh no! Jared, push to talk.
Oh, wrong button. It was a small baggie, and it wasn't just, one for everyone. You have your little treat, now go on your way. Happy Halloween.
You get an ecstasy. You get an ecstasy. Everybody here gets an ecstasy.
And you...
Okay.
Go on.
Sorry.
I was about to say, and you can tell Sven got the good stuff.
Yeah. I go ahead and I just like casually take another.
Alright.
I kind of wander away from him.
Okay.
And I just try to give the bag to. Let's say I try to give the bag to Rowan.
Neat!
Oh no!
Oh, good.
As you wander away from Sven also kind of moves over and dances with someone else for a moment, but we'll come back to you. It's kind of
Oh.
with the rhythm of the dance. It looks like you're going to dance with Rowan for a second, so he's going to dance with someone else for a second.
Huh.
It's a party. You're on
Yeah,
ecstasy.
no.
The more
A
the merrier.
territorial.
She didn't take that flaw. The more the
Obviously,
merrier,
she
though.
should've.
Like, remember that, Sophia. The more the merrier.
True, true, true.
Ménage en toi.
You got
I
someone who
don't know
has a
what those
van.
words mean.
You have someone with a van. This can be taken to another place, a bigger place.
Oh,
That's a
no.
weird van. I'm not quite there yet.
It smells like rotten Cheetos in there, honey. Don't go.
You said it smells like rotten Cheetos.
I am
I
not
was
there
using
yet
that-
at all.
I was using that as an example. You don't have to go in his van.
I mean, Rowan's place is up the street.
Yeah, so I don't think that might be big enough. But anyway,
Oh my.
so Rowan, I do want the interaction between Rowan and Sophia when she's trying to pass off the ecstasy.
Oh dear.
Rowan, Rowan. And I kind of corner her just a little bit. I'm gonna try to get out of here for the night. And I kind of give a half look back at Sven, but you know, these are for you, sweetie.
Rowan takes them and puts them in her purse. Because she has an over-the-shoulder small purse.
Rowan, don't keep them. You gotta share them with everybody. Shouldn't
Spread the
everybody feel like this?
I mean, I suppose she looks at the baggie.
Just look at your friend Francis. Look at how he's opened up.
He needs to clean his van.
I understand. I know. Well, I mean, look at how free he is, and shouldn't everybody feel like him?
Mm,
And I touch her face.
So I will say this: Sophia's hands are, despite having been painting all day, are very soft.
Rowan sort of subconsciously leans her head into the hand. You can almost tell she's thinking.
While you're thinking, give me a perception awareness.
Okay. I don't have any. No, wait. I have 3 in awareness. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong one.
There is a
Hey.
shadowy figure over Sophia's shoulder.
Rowan just sort of looks at it and goes, "Who's that?"
Who's who?
There's someone right there, right near your shoulder.
It's a party, Rowan. People are all over.
But he's a shadow.
Rowan.
She reaches
Rowan.
out to try and touch the shadow.
Sophia, can I get a wit streetwise from you? Okay, you don't need to explode it, you got enough. You know that ecstasy is a hallucinogenic. And this might have been her first time. It might be hitting her.
Rowan, Rowan, just let it be, all right? It happens sometimes, okay? You'll get used to it. I mean, take one or two more, and it'll get all better. Don't worry about it, all right?
Mm. Okay. I'm gonna go get another drink.
But hey, your friends, Willow and
Magsy?
Magnolia. Yeah, I'm sure they would like it too. And your friend Francis, I mean, he needs all the help he can get.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Ron sort of like drags her hand away from the shadow after trying to reach out to it again. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll see you soon. I'll have to stop by your little shop, okay? And Sophia goes ahead and she makes her way back to Sven.
All right. So,
Rowan goes over to the bar, gets another drink. Does not take another ecstasy, instead she gives them to Magnolia.
Magnolia smiles as you give it to him. I've been led to believe that this is ecstasy, correct?
I think so? I'm not sure. I just think I should give it to you.
I mean, sure, I don't mind. She pops a pill, hands it over to Willow, who pops a pill, who hands it over to Francis.
I already have one though.
True. What's up? If you don't want any more, that's fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
It's too bright in here anyway.
You opened up your eyes again?
Yeah,
Put on your sunglasses.
they're on. It's still too bright.
Then put on another pair of sunglasses.
They were in my other pants.
Rowan pulls out her sunglasses. Then put these on.
Thank you.
As you turn back around, a gentleman walks up to you at the bar. He doesn't look like he's dressed for clubbing, but he looks directly at you. Good evening.
Evening.
Noticed you around past few days. You local to the area?
Uh-huh.
Well, just try not to stay too close to Sophia. I'm a friend of hers. She's not entirely on the up and up herself.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure you know everyone has some skeletons in their closet, some more vivid than others.
You're not her friend if you talk so mean about her.
Maybe I'm trying to be more of your friend by speaking so honestly about her.
Why would you want to be my friend?
Because you don't seem like a bad person is all. That's all I wanted to say. And he steps away from the bar.
Is he cute?
He's about average looking.
Meh. I'm gonna go back to drinking my candy cane martini and dancing.
Cool. He disappears into the crowd.
That wasn't ominous at all.
Not at all. Definitely shouldn't look into that one.
I mean, you didn't get a name or anything. So, I do want to ask this because it is almost midnight. Sophia, you're trying to leave with Sven, right?
I go back. I put my arm around him, my finger to his chest, and I whisper in his ear, "Let's get out of here."
Alright then, let's get going. Shall we contact Rose or just us?
I look back at her and I see her just kind of dancing with the crowd. I think she'll be alright. I just kind of want it to be you and me.
Alright then. I know a place we can go and how to get there.
Lead the way.
So he pulls up the Uber app on his phone. Because that's going to be the safest thing. And we're going to black out on you two there as you two leave. Rose.
Obviously, we should black out. Things are getting a little more than 18 plus over there.
Rose. So,
Wrong name.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Rowan.
Rowan. You had to choose names that were similar. Anyway,
I know, right?
so you are brought over. You have the ecstasy. You feel like you need someone else to help push you over that edge of epiphany. How you doing this?
Well, Sophia had a male partner. Maybe I should have a male partner as well?
I mean, Rose has been off and on around you too. It's up to you though.
Don't know her. One. Maybe. I don't know. No, not Rowan's thing. Rowan's sort of looking through the crowd. She doesn't remember what her type is. It's been so long.
Does she really have a type right now?
Maybe? Maybe not? Don't know. Searching through the crowd.
I have yeah.
Okay, so do you know what the effects of ecstasy are?
I do not.
The primary ones, and these are potential effects, include euphoria, heightened emotions, heightened sense of mental clarity, hallucination, and decreased appetite and thirst. Some of the negative effects are hypothermia, sweating, chills, raised blood pressure, elevated anxiety, nausea, blurred vision, involuntary clenching of teeth, muscle tension, tremor, fading, or seizures. I've just been giving you chills.
Okay. Where's that mystery guy? I want to talk to him again.
Go ahead and give me investigation. It would be perception investigation. So you search around the crowd. You start by scanning. No. Start moving around. The crowd is moving back onto the dance floor. You don't see him anymore. Just kind of vanished. Are you still sucking on the candy cane though?
Yes.
I mean, it's very sweet. And some people are trying to flirt with you a bit on it.
I honestly, I don't know. She's just sort of like swaying with the music, sucking on her candy cane, thinking. Just standing there and thinking. Sophia had a male dance partner. I should have a male dance partner. Do I want this male dance partner? I don't want that one. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
So it's been a couple hours, and that mental clarity that you felt like you had is starting to get fuzzy. Like it's going away.
I
Yes?
take another ecstasy pill.
Francis is just over at the bar. Is like, oh, should I like looking at names. And they're just like, I mean, I should dance, right? Like that's the thing to do. Yeah.
It's a way to relax.
Should I dance?
Willow says that she's obviously grooving to the music. Eyes closed as
Should
well.
should I dance? Should like kind of gestures vague direction of Rowan. Should I dance with her?
Oh, come on, you're useless. She grabs your arm and
Okay.
walks you out to the dance floor,
This is happening now. Cool.
but then hooks Rowan's arm as well.
Oh hey.
Huh? Oh, hi.
Hi.
You two seem so lost right now. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yay.
It's so confused.
Hi.
Hi.
You're here too.
Yeah.
Oh, dance.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, what is the mood of dances? You're dancing.
What?
Like, what is the mood of the dance you're trying to go with?
Confused and shuffle. Just a confused shuffle.
So you're trying to.
Francis.
Yeah, go ahead.
Francis is like trying to. He's like just trying to get to cut loose. He's not sure how though.
Same with Rowan. We are two confused little ducklings. Help us.
Okay, so
Have mercy, merciful overlord.
Willow is just jamming to it now. Like, she is right there with you. And if you guys seem to be confused on how this works, she will stop her dance for a moment. Take you both just gently by the face. Stop thinking. Close your eyes and just let the music take you.
Let the rhythm take control. Let the music move you.
Okay.
Be natural. And
Alright.
that tags out to you, Rowan.
Rowan starts letting the music control her movements.
So since you're still not quite getting it, but you will be able to do a dexterity performance roll.
Okay.
And what about you, Francis?
He's gonna try to do the same.
Okay.
Should I roll for that too?
Yep.
Dexterity performance.
Yep, since you guys aren't doing this to try and get a message across. So once you close your eyes, once you just let the feeling of the music and the movement around you, the sound of the bass lines go through, you start getting into it. You don't exactly have two left feet, but you're getting it. You're getting it. You're not stepping on anyone's feet. Rowan, unfortunately, you're still you're getting caught up. You're trying to get to that point that Sophia and Sven were at, but you're not sure how they were going there, so you're just trying to dance your way there. Still lacking that chemistry. How do you two want to close out the night? Because it is time for us to start wrapping this session up.
Yeah.
So, Francis, how do you want to close out the night?
Okay. Francis has a stupid idea from a movie.
Yeah?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh
at
no.
a lull. If there's like a lull in the dancing, he's just gonna like gonna try to be smooth. He's gonna put a hand on Rowan's shoulder, like, hey.
Yes!
Rowan turns to him. Uh-huh.
There was not a step 2 in this from the movie.
No, there is. Get your hand stuck in her hair.
I can't do that though.
No.
Like, it's just like, shit. What's step 2? What's step 2? Dance more.
Willow, who just watched, just kind of, you two are hopeless. Not there yet. Come on, let's get you
I keep
guys
hearing
out of
that.
here. Let's get you two out of here. She
That's what I
signals.
wanted in the first place.
She signals to Magnolia. Magnolia comes and helps you out. Rowan,
Yeah.
how are you dealing with this? Because you are hitting that ecstasy high again. And you got Willow right there with you.
I look over at Willow, Magnolia.
Oh yeah, and
Francis.
Rose is with you too. With you four. Like, Magnolia grabbed Rose because there's no way Rose is going to be driving herself home.
No. Rowan just sort of gets an odd idea in her head,
Hmm.
shrugs, and decides to go with it. She takes her candy cane, puts it in Francis's mouth.
Okay.
Oh, this is new.
She just smiles and starts walking ahead of the group to go back home.
Okay.
Follow.
So that's going to be a crash on the couch session. And we are going to call it a night there.
Hooray!
At 3.5
Yay.
hours, so that's about our average runtime for this game. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll continue on next game, hopefully with more people here. Thank you for joining us for this, our idea of a club. Because we're a bunch of nerds, we don't go to clubs.
I don't go
I've
anywhere.
never been.
Same.
Never been in my life.
Closest I've been is to Burley shows. So have a good night, and thank you very much.